Oye! You guys have been patient. You know me, forever always on time. I'm like triple checking everything's good. Ooh. Do you have to drink my cup of water? Greetings. Are you going to speak? Or you just want to sit back and listen today? I can feel your energy. A little bit shy, quiet, reserved, intuitive, which is also what brings you here as well. Curious. There's definitely a few that are curious. Oh, I'm like so OCD. Just like, no. Probably should have wiped this down before I sat down here. Kind of just like shifting the energy. Or you could say incorporating my own. Or shifting consciously. Thank you for the thumbs up. See what you did there. Let's try a little bit of that. Like, stay. Hello, Danielle. Or should I say Danielle? Move, George. Dang, George. George is like me. but me. George, there's a candle there. George doesn't like candles. And he always likes to eat, or should I say drink, from the flowers. Such a nerd. Another thumbs up. Thank you. Thank you for that other thumbs up. I like to stutter. So I've gotten a lot of requests from people where they are attempting to get me to do tarot readings on the astrological aspects. Though, if anyone actually knows me, knows that I'm a really big advocator for making sure that people are aware how astrology can be read, you know, tropical, sidereal, and Vedic. Personally, I really enjoyed my Vedic astrology reading. However, I've had quite a few readings, you could say, based off of the astrological reports for anyone that has no education or awareness that this is a possibility. Hey, bruh! Bro, I'm dying! My fucking sternum right now. Oh my god. I'm like, you better chill 1 minute. I gotta get my emerald before I like die. Oh my god, ouch. Alright. Oh, fuck. Yo, you guys, I'm so injured. Let's just like say it nicely that way. And then like, let me put those in there, right? Hold my crystals there. I'm holding them right here on this like part of my sternum that is just honestly like absolutely killing me on multiple levels. And it's awesome to be in enlightenment with you right now, you could say, or like you sharing your light and your attention or intention, whichever, you know, linguistic you choose to label this moment in time right now as you gather and come here with me. Oh man. You just helped me see another side of the spectrum by allowing me, or like, it's so complicated. I could thank my higher self as well, I suppose. I'm just getting like super visions today and like all week really. And I'm like, what is going on with those stars, you know? Bear with me. I'm like, where's the other emerald? There it is. Dropped it. Should like glue them there. Oh, they really do help. Like I instantly feel better. I'm still working on that area. I'm glad I know exactly where it's at now. I've been working with yoga and trying to do so many different things. Just like, will you stop it? Is this it? How about that? Like that. Nope. All right, come on here. Let's use this guy. Maybe this guy will be beneficial. Yeah. Okay. Conscious awareness is everything. That's all I gotta say. And like that's basically what I would define the intuitive nature. I do have so much to share with you. And like what people struggle to understand is like when people give you a reading, it's an equal energetic exchange. Like you can consciously say, hey, yeah, I want a reading. But then like subconsciously, like you're terrified and you have like this auric shield, you could say, around you, like where you won't let anyone in. Or that you're purposely like, I'm not letting you know anything. A lot of people don't want to believe in that type of stuff, right? I know that I'm talking about like a bunch of different sides of the spectrum to this metaphysical stuff. Just at least the stuff that I've been playing with, you can say, if you choose to. A lot of different people do tarot differently. For example, not everyone reads the cards upside down. I do. Now, when the cards are upside down, it's the shadow, the negative, the opposite, the hidden features to the card that nobody knows. Be like, I'm pretty sure there's 78 cards. Like now that I'm really on the spot, I'm like, is it 72? I'm pretty sure it's 78. I do not want to do math right now. It would be, there's 4 times 4 you would do, because there's like there's 4 different elements. The swords, the fire, the pentacles, and the cups. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for reassuring me, because I was like, oh no. Like, like I've been doing this like 4 years, anyway, professionally, you know, like where this has been my like main source of income, to be honest. Like exactly, this has been my job for like years at this museum, and now it's just like exactly, my heart is just like like and like beating and bleeding in my hands. Excuse me, as like spirit's kind of like, you could say, working through me, and like exactly, so like I wasn't expecting this to happen on the spot, you know, and like I didn't really feel like acting, you can say, otherwise I would have made the video myself. Dude, Mr. Sanders, you are such good people and super inspiration. Sincerely, like in the most genuine of ways. All right, so I'm like, I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's for you. I don't know who this is for. But you guys, the first card that comes up is Temperance upside down. Like, a lot of different people have different interpretations of this. I know, I think like whatever's going on. Oh, you know what it is? It might be that. I'm gonna do something that I've been procrastinating for a while. One moment. It's not easy, especially when you have no nails because you eat away at yourself like me. Come on now. Nope. Soon. No! I'm like breaking it as I try to like it off. Seriously? Poof! No! There we go. Yeah. Oh god, look at that. I'm like, let's just get on my nose. But yeah, I had to take this off. So now, as you can see, the improvement. I know I can see it. Ooh. I've been lazy. It's a job. Oh, come on. This is a job. Like, I'm just dying. It's... All right. Or, actually, I do have tools, to be honest. I do have tools. Like, I'm being lazy here. Let me just bring you with me into my technology area. So, I got this handy-dandy thing that's totally a gift. Alright, so I'm gonna attempt to use this thing instead. Will this work? Can I go? It's not, it's like lame. It's kind of lame because then you're forced to keep it down there. Boom. A little better? A little better. Okay, so back to the cards that were on the table. Let's see what else is going on. I'm like kind of like messing around. Interesting. Okay, so as I was mentioning to you before, Temperance, like, she does not want to focus. She's just like, nope, I'm not doing it. Temperance, kind of like, you could call them the light beings, right? The angels. Patience, taking your time, diligence, focus, being connected to your emotions and the earth, being grounded. I mean, like, or just understanding, being in touch with your higher self. The upside down is kind of symbolizing the shadow. You know? I know, isn't that interesting of what's happening in the system right now? The shadow of this, I have always pointed out how it's kind of like your guardian angels. I say that they're bitching at you, to be honest. Like, they're throwing you signs left and right, and like, you are like judging, like, why is all this bad stuff happening to me? Why can't I be with this guy? Like, you get upset, but really the truth is it's like the best blessing that could ever happen to you, and until you can accept that and integrate and understand what's not for you, you know, and also accept that it's not for that person or whatever, you know, it goes both ways, you know, it doesn't have to be all about you, you know, maybe the other thing is best without you type thing, but it's also nothing personal type aspects. It's a matter of just connecting to your own frequency and understanding what's really going on. That's also the shadow of this I was just shown. It's where you are out of touch with your higher self. You're out of touch with that type of stuff. Like, you have no identification. Like, you just want to be control, change, judge. When it's all like false, man. Like, chill. Understand the balance of things, how the yin and the yang, and how it's actually like a great cosmic dance between the two. I'm also seeing some shadow of this, which tells me somebody doesn't want to move on. So 8 kind of represents never-ending, unconditional, death to the old to make way for the new. So when it's upside down, you're refusing to cause death, you could say, or refusing to make a change, and like when you dig into the imagery, you see the water. So the water kind of symbolizes emotions and like depth. Still waters run deep. You know, also if you're into tarot, to me this kind of symbolizes the magician, like reminding you the same story, like how we are all the same. It's all the same. It's like, what if I told you it's like almost all the same person? It's so complicated. It's a beautiful story though if you actually pay attention. So the cups represent water. You could say that it represents like Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer, although, however, since we don't necessarily have a person, like, you know, since it's not like a king, queen, page, or whatever, like, it's not really a person, but it is still of those essences, the intuitiveness, the different cups you can choose from, like the double sides of the same coin, the feelings, your feelings, attachments, like I say one thing, like, bear with me. I'm seeing a lot of shadow right now, bear with me. Interesting. Bear with me, I'm getting like a bunch of text messages too, so a lot of other stuff is being processed. So it can symbolize your intuition, your dreams, your perceptions, your attachments too. Like, there's usually like a joke that I make in the middle of reading sometimes where it's kind of like, let's say I'm madly in love with you and I think you're like the coolest person ever. Like, I'm not going to be able to ever be like it's hard to explain. Like, let me try this one more time. So it's like, I find out you're a serial killer type thing. And it's like, oh, she could never be a serial killer. They could never do that. No way. They're too beautiful a person. No, you're so nice. Whatever. Like, it's that aspect. Your rose-colored glasses, like, you struggle to see that side of the spectrum because that's all your awareness. But honestly, it's kind of the same thing for everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not just like that. It's so complicated. It's not just like looking at people, places, and things through rose-colored glasses. It's also looking at yourself in situations and separating yourself from your attachments. I'm also supposed to mention the moon. The moon symbolizing trickery, deception, how things look different in the moonlight. So, you know, no matter what, like, how you have to remember that, like, people aren't going to show you the truth. I am charging for readings if you want personal attention, okay? So now remember, this card was upside down. Oh, let's also go deeper. This man is wanting to go away is the picture. This man wants to leave so bad. But, like, again, he's attached to all this stuff, but this is so great, and I have this, and I have this. And, like, he feels something calling him, but also something's tricking him. Right? So the upside down is kind of like where you know you're supposed to go, and like either you don't go or it goes the other way around too, like where you drastically cut everything, you dropped everything, and you run away. It's like it's the shadow of that card. It's about being to your truth and honoring who you are to the situation, of the emotional aspect or whatever you're feeling. You know, like other people aren't going to be able to validate your emotions. You're going to have to listen to yourself type thing. And I know that's like shady, but you also don't want to get stuck in your own head. You know, like I'd say like your Holy Spirit, your intuition. You're not going to randomly think that somebody's lying, cheating, or stealing from you. You're going to have to trust what's stepping through, you know? Like, you're not just going to be like, I should go feed the homeless today. Like you're not going to randomly think some random stuff. So you have to kind of like trust yourself when certain messages step through about people, places, and things. And how many times have you actually been like, you know, injured by your own situation, you could say, because you're like, oh man, I knew that person was gonna do that. I knew that was like that. Yeah, I'm trying to keep this on a labradorite, but it's not working. This is not like the best device ever. Oh, what if new? There we go. I tried something new. That's better. That's so much better. Just like bear with me, I'm like channeling and processing so much different information. I guess I'm supposed to give this message too. This is about you learning to cut ties. Everyone like has different things that are their triggers or their pains in their certain situations. But like, this does have an upside down. There's all kinds of different levels that are in this cord. Swords are also ruled by air. Gemini, Aquarius, Libra. It's about being cutthroat, decisive. Like, also being able to reflect on the other side of your actions, the double-edged side of the sword. Like, yeah, maybe this hurts you, but maybe it makes someone else really happy, but then you're hurting somebody else because that makes them happy, or whatever's going on. The control, the change. Like, think about the weapon. Like, exactly, are you this guy? Are you like that? Or are you going this way? Are you going this way? You know, are you protective? Are you attacking others? Are you hurting yourself? It's all about the essence of the sword. Cutting ties. Now I'm going to look into some of the comments. I see that there's a lot of different energy being channeled. Aloha, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me today. My intuition was kind of telling me that I should come here and start being more open about some of these things, you know, that goes on in the everyday life, on the spiritual aspect, exactly the type of business that I built for myself and the type of things that I'm doing daily in my personal seva. I'm also supposed to channel to you that you can check out this thing. It's called the Spiritual Gifts Test. Aww, thank you. Thank you. I want to be like, thank you for allowing me to give what I have received. Thank you. I'm like, you make me want to go deeper for you. Oh my goodness, my allergy. There's a lot of stuff on this, you know. A lot of stuff on it. Muscle testing for yourself, for foods, knowing what's good for you, knowing what people are So it's so intense. Toroid fields. I've told you guys about. I mentioned it a lot, but this is a classic. And like, yeah, sometimes I close to my eyes and I'm like, God, show me a message, show me something cool, you know? And this was what the page opened up to last night when I closed my eyes. And it's about holding it over a chakra and like, yeah, like, excuse me, I'm like new to this, so please bear with me. But basically, exactly, it's like holding it over a certain energy point. And then, exactly, but what's even cooler is on the next page, it's like all intense. Like she has like, I'm like, I've never seen an interpretation of this, okay? Because usually, like, it's yes, it's no, and not allowed to know right now type thing, or don't know, right? But she has, like, clockwise 6-inch diameter, clockwise 3-inch diameter. Like, it's so intensely broke down. I very clearly so need to be, honestly, doing my homework. I'm supposed to be sitting at this table and just putting in hours and hours and hours and hours of study. Knowledge is not cheap, you know, let's say that, you know, and I don't mean that I have to pay for classes as much as, like, I have to put in the work to study and listen and pay attention and sit still. And it's exhausting because exactly there's no reward, but actually that is my happiness, that is my reward, which is why I'm choosing. That's so fucking awesome that card popped up. Yeah. The sun is happiness, but everyone's idea of riding off in the sunshine is different, you know? And then also you need to know, like, yeah, I'm giving a pretty basic information right now. However, I need you to know that that's why I was mentioning before the eco-energetic exchange. Now, if you come to me with the intention, and by the way, I prefer you not to tell me what's going on, you know what I mean? Like, I really love to exercise my psychic abilities, you could call them. And honestly, there's a Wikipedia you can look up, and it says list of psychic abilities. And the CIA actually hires people for these positions, and one of them is I want to be like, this is my favorite. Excuse my language, that may or may not be true. The word is remote viewing. It's kind of like quantum jumping, astral projection. It's kind of like the same definition. Like, everybody knows about these things. But yeah, you have to be able to tap into your subconscious mind and be able to really, really, really let go and submit and, like, accept what steps through instead of judging what comes up in your subconscious. And exactly, like, you need to know your own shadow and love it anyway. There's a lot of different stuff going on. Bear with me here. You see. And then if you wanted, milady, if there was, like, exactly a particular card, I mean, exactly. I mean, it's complicated. I mean, I could do this a couple different ways. I can ask you to pick a card, you know, like if you're studying your tarot, or if you want to whip out your tarot and see what card pops up, and then tell me what pops up, and exactly don't turn it around if there's an upside down, because I do read it that way. Bro, I guess they want me to tell you about this card. Okay. The Tower. I love that you're picking Major Arcana. I'm like upside down, like, or like, Okay, I'll do both for you. I'll do both. Let me pull this up. Wait. Come on, Tower, Tower, Tower. Where you at? Yo, I love these cards. They're so tiny. They're so good for, like, bringing them on the road. I'm so impatient, though. I'm like, where are you? Got you. Okay. So I also, like, maybe I should slow down. Okay? Because I didn't mention, like, the other rest of the breakdown of the tarot. The story of the tarot is there's 21 trumps or lessons or, yeah, exactly, whatever. 21 trumps the fool must go through on a journey to enlightenment. And the fool is 0. And the fool represents us. You know, we're all this fool, this child. We have no clue what's out there in the universe. In one hand, we drink the drink. In the other hand, what was he doing with the other hand? Oh, I think he's, like, carrying a bag. Oh, man, I'm like, where's that card? I haven't had it, like, that card hasn't come up for a long time. The shadow of the fool. Okay, yeah. In one hand, he sniffs the flowers. I could have swore it was him drinking, but I guess, yeah, he's carrying his baggage. Okay, same thing. And then at his feet, his dog barks, warning him he's about to fall off the cliff. And still, la 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 la. And then, you know, the story kind of continues into the magician and everything else. However, I'm not going to break down every single little card today. You know, I'm like telling myself I'm going to do like an hour maximum. Unless this, I'll be like, maybe if I make $100, then I'll stay. I don't know. I'm just kidding. I'm just like, I have no clue of the limitations exactly. I'm struggling to define my own boundaries, to be honest. You could say, but okay. So it was so funny that this card came up because this is like my main reason why I keep doing tarot. The story of the world, you know, and exactly like you can think about this in multiple different paradigms, like the world, like the outside world, okay? But then the four corners of the world, how you have the option to go all these places, and then you're kind of over here, and then you go through this experience and you met this kind of person from over here. And then, I mean, it depends on the houses of the spreads that it comes down to, but the upside down is kind of like my life purpose. And it's about, the card is about how we all have a need to take care of necessary unfinished business before we leave the planet. And I know it's brutal. It's so brutal. I'm fourth order, so it's very, very, very important to my personal journey. Now I'm going to get back into your card. The Tower, you guys. Here you have this firm, beautiful structure. 78. You missed that. Missed that. Excuse me. I'm just being funny. All right, yeah, the story of the tarot, or excuse me, the Tower. Like, you have this beautiful structure, beautiful castle, lightning strikes, everything catches on fire, and like you're forced to abandon ship type thing. So you're forced to pick up the pieces and figure out what's really valuable. Like, we have all these attachments to this or that, but also there's like kind of like a positive meaning. Like, these people, they're falling, you know, they're kind of like jumping, escaping, getting away from disaster. But then also there's the upside down. Thank you everyone for the thumbs up. I'm really appreciating it. It's showing 8 viewers and 8 thumbs up. And even though there may be a glitch in the system and that may not be correct, it's still kind of cool to see the numerology. And thank you those of you who have contributed your energy to this experience, especially you who are on the screen. Anyway, Tower upside down, man. Okay, so the nicest way that I could describe this card, you know, right? It's hard to be a reader. Like, I forgot to mention that too. The reason why a lot of people don't read upside down is because no one wants to pay for a negative reading. Like, everyone wants to hear like, oh, your relationship's great, or you're doing this. Like, no one wants to be called out on their shit. I mean, like, maybe people in the BDSM community that really actually like, you know, like humiliation can appreciate it and all that stuff, or however you choose to perceive that, right? Blackmailing you of your truths or whatever. The Tower upside down is like exactly like you're supposed to like drastically change, like you're supposed to move, or like exactly like have some kind of drastic change, and just you're like trying so hard to keep the pieces together when really you're supposed to like get out, explore, and stop holding on so tightly to like your control or your attachments to. It's about sticking to your truth. Yeah, I'm trying to channel some more stuff for you, man. You gotta get in touch with your truth, but it's also connected to your roots, so there's no lying. There's like you can try to lie to yourself all you want, but the truth will always come back down to the pure structure of what you are. And you can try to say you're bad, you're good, you're whatever, but all of that is also, you call it history. His story, history. Sometimes things are just stories that we tell ourselves in our own head, and we just believe them so much to be true, and we get so attached to, and then we get so upset when things don't go the way that we had hoped or expected. My aunt used to really like this quote and would say it all the time, and it's kind of grown on me. It's about true serenity is having no expectations. And then I have a friend who is very strong with me during my spiritual teachings. And he says, who's the happiest man in the world? The answer is he with the most least desires. I know if that's like not proper English, so. I'm like, I haven't anchored it in yet. I have to like read it a couple more times till I feel like really like confident that I actually am saying that properly. He with most few desires. Maybe that would be more proper. Thank you for the 11 thumbs up. I see what you did there. Hello, David Dennis. Thank you so much for joining us on the live stream today and making your presence known. Equal energetic exchange. Is there anyone else that would be interested in a reading before I get out of here? Or am I going to have to share the card with you even though you're too afraid to put yourself on blast, you could say, or on public? My intuition is telling me I'm supposed to share this card, so it's funny. It's showing 6 viewers now and then 11 thumbs up. 611, numerology. 6 is choice. Choice is a good word for 6s. This card. Now, for me, this is a huge, like, card of childlike expressive arts. It's like that childlike innocence. It's a big card of nostalgia. The upside down can kind of symbolize where we need to heal that inner kid. It's the shadow of it, the things we don't want to talk about, the things that happen to us, the things that we like don't even tell ourselves type thing, things that we hold back. I'm also guided to tell that when we go through trauma, it goes to the nonverbal side of our brain. And the way that we express that is by getting nonverbal. So, hello. So we have to, excuse me. We have to get in touch with that inner kid. The best way to explain this is and honestly, I'm supposed to also tell you that too. Okay, so when this card comes up, if I'm working with someone's personal energy, I can't even lie. If you're choosing to consciously connect with me, it would totally tell me if you've been sexually abused or if something really bad happened to you. And it's not always pleasant, and I don't necessarily always bring it up so bluntly. Remember that when I'm the shadow worker, right, or the shadow healer, spiritual manipulatrix is what Sarah Dela Cruz called me. Oh my god, I probably should have stated her stage name, but gosh, I just love her so much. Yeah, you wish, Jacob. Can you just shut up, or I'll shut you up myself? I want to get back to healing this inner kid. Okay, so I was doing readings, and I was talking about sexual abuse with this girl, and apparently she was a psychiatrist, and she was getting a reading for me, and she shared with me about art therapy. She told me exactly when we go through trauma, it goes to the nonverbal side of our brain, so the way that we heal those things is by getting nonverbal. So she told me exactly we can go play with dolls and or action figures, and we can paint or sing, dance. I have another really important thing if you're trying to heal, and this is resonating with you. One moment. My awesome water. Man, I know this is it's not easy to share, okay? And I just know from personal experience, and I'm gonna let you, it's a lot. I'll try to go slow. Okay, so let's say I'm always forced to use my own personal examples because it's the only freaking way people ever feel me. So you have to just honor and stand in your truth and not to hate yourself, basically. All right, so I used to diary a lot when I was young. And then my freaking mom would go through my shit and read my diaries, and I felt like my diaries weren't even safe because my thoughts were being used against me and were being judged and criticized and controlled. And then it made me feel like I had to lie in my diary, so when my mom would find my diaries, it'd be like this happy painted fucking picture that would just bring her comfort and joy. Okay? So therefore, when I went through that trauma shit or whatever, I guess something bad happened to me during the point where I was journaling. So I completely shut down and I stopped journaling. And then every time I try to write, like I'd crinkle up the paper or I'd shred it, or just like exactly like there's like trauma, like that's the trigger. So if like you used to paint and you don't paint no more, and like you can feel your ego like, oh no, I can't do that. Or like exactly make jewelry or whatever your thing is, driving, it could be anything. But it could be it's non-verbal, cooking. Like it's so deep and integrated into the subconscious mind, and the only way you can heal that is you have to fucking get hands-on and get back in your body and like get a massage or do yoga, because the body never forgets. And when you have that stagnation, like my heart, when you have that stagnation, like exactly, you can't express and be your full self. Bear with me, like my own personal shit is coming up like on the table right now too, because like I'm having like super issues with, you could say, the sternum and like breathing, existing, and healing like past life trauma stuff. And I'm trying so hard. I'm like working with crystals, but I'm also like half-assing, to be honest. Exactly, I'm half-assing. I'm like not being dedicated to my sadhana. Oh my god, I think I just learned what sadhana is. Sadhana is like work between you and God, but it's also to yourself, and it's very private, it's very alone, and there would be no sharing that with people. You could try with all your might. I'm like, I think I get it. It's, and God said to the zodiac for Pisces, for when you try to speak, people will not listen. Like, you're like, oh, I'm seeing so much stuff, and like I don't like it. Like like everybody thinks it's so great to be psychic and to be like sensitive, but really, like for me, it's kind of traumatic. When I was a kid, that's also another thing. When I was a kid, I had psychic gifts too. I saw spirits. I told my parents. They tried like medicating me. And like that's why I'm also anti-big pharma and stuff like that, because I know hands-on experience. Like these drugs, they kill the neurons in your brain. They make you unhappy so much. You have no education what you're putting inside your body. Even the foods that you're eating, the things that you're feeding your babies, your water with extra fluoride. There's all kinds of different stuff that's going on, and you just have no idea. As a matter of fact, you've been bought and sold thanks to Edward Bernays. Edward Bernays wrote a book called Propaganda, and in the book it talks about the 3 ways that you manipulate people, or that how you sell a product. Number 1 is fear. Buy this or your baby will die, right? 2, sex. Buy this, right? Or like, insert like sexy woman here, okay? Or man. And then like the other one, like, will you buy this? Aw. You spoil me so hard. Why are you so good to me, girl? Like, stop it. Stop it. I mean, don't stop. What am I supposed to say? My freaking chest hurts. Like, it hurts so bad. If I could rip this. Bro, I think it's my extra rib. Is that true? I need to study that shit. Oh, my God. I'm going to cry. I'm all fucked up. Hold on. Oh, like, what also happened is I've been doing yoga. And, like, exactly, like, I felt it come up in the pose, and then like I freaked out and I got on the pose, and it's the same thing when I did acupuncture to myself, to be honest. I found the point in my chest and I stabbed it, you could say. My acupuncturist does not like when I say stab myself. He didn't stab me. I use my, I'm like, I don't have to explain myself, but anyway, like I pulled, like all the energy and all the heat started coming up, so I pulled the needle out, and oh my god, it turned so hard, and that's exactly what's like kind of happening. And honestly, like, it sucks, because exactly since I'm a girl, I got a bag of fat there, and it's, like, it's kind of in the way, and exactly, like, it's not, like, normal to, like, handle the problem in a public scenario, which is also kind of, like, frustrating. Exactly, it makes me think about where girls, like, are forced to, like, not feed their babies, and, like, that there's all, like, these judgments on that, exactly the fact that we have the desire to control and manipulate, and that's kind of what this childhood card is. It's like exactly like an adult took advantage of us, and like, or like a higher up or a higher consciousness even. It could be someone younger who manipulates you, you know? It's the shadow of this, but the way that you heal is you have to get hands-on, you have to admit the experience, and you have to be willing to go through the change. Bear with me. Dude, Tim, you're like one of my favorite friends in the world. Like, I'm like, do you live in Washington? Like, hold on, there's a bunch of things. Thank you so much for joining us, Lee. It's such a pleasure to have your energy. Yes, Tim, I decided to open up about tarot finally, because I want to be like hired to do this job. To be honest, exactly. I want to teach, I want to share, I need to make money, and I don't want to go anywhere. Like, I mean, I do. I mean, I want to, like, but like when it's complicated, okay? Like, excuse my language is kind of like boxing myself in. I'm also supposed to share another book with you. One moment. I'm listening to my intuition like blindly, you could say. Where art thou? Oh, there you are. I have so many books, it's ridiculous. Bam! Oh my god, you guys. If you notice that you talk negatively to yourself or about others or at all in your mind, please. I'll admit there's a lot of religious context in there. Particularly, I would call it Christian. Why did you use that word, Joshua? Joshua? Interesting, Joshua. Interesting, like I'm gonna open up to a random page. I almost have it. And then it says consequence. I know what all means and most means. What does almost mean? Somewhere between everything and lots of everything. Exactly, like it is so hard for me to like listen and sit still and absorb information, so I kind of empathize with people when they like can't keep up with me, because I'm like, me too. Me too. Let me scroll back up because Tim said some really cool stuff that I want to talk about. Hold on, getting there. Hey, dog in the house. That's so funny you say that. That's so funny. Ooh, right on, Shane Link. Thank you for your sweetness. You're such a sweet girl. Thank you. All right, Tim says they are directing things towards the first 3 chakras: survival, sex, greed. That makes sense. Because all I could think about was honestly the red chakra. And honestly, my personal thing that I say when I do readings is they've put money into the root chakra. Like, you have believed the lie that you need this to survive. And like, exactly. And we participate in that with our behaviors and our conscious actions. And there's so many different ways. There's so many different things that just like definitely hit home for me. Like, I'm just gonna be a dick about it, I guess. Who gave permission that we can charge and control and choose like whose land is whose land type thing? You know, I understand there's been like a bunch of systems and integrated programming type thing of like, but like exactly, it's supposed to be free land and like sacred space, but I guess like exactly, like people are fighting for the same spot, so there's price tags on stuff, but still like the essence is still the same. It's just a matter of principle, and frankly I kind of don't like it, and I kind of don't want to participate, so I'm just like, gotta figure out a way to get out of this. I definitely still kind of fantasize and get off on the idea of like leaving the country, maybe going to Peru or like somewhere that I can just be like in the tropical rainforest would be cool. But like I would rather not be cold, so like Bali does look kind of like warm all the time. Maybe I was like, maybe Australia, I don't know, like I need to see the world more so I can actually figure out where home is. But I've lived in Florida for 26 years, and I kind of am like, can I get out of here? Or at least like, or at least have like the travel bug. Like I would just love to travel, and like maybe I'm thinking about maybe going to like conventions or exactly getting booths at places or something like that, and I can do readings there. I need to like kind of listen to my intuition, and most of all, I need to focus on myself. That's also a lot of things that are going on for you guys too. Like you guys aren't doing conscious body scans through your body and through your environment. Like you're so externally focused. Like why do you think you're not manifesting things for yourself? Because you're constantly giving yourself away. Another message I've stepped through is something that I learned from working with my Reiki master, and it's about how we all have subconscious belief systems. Like sometimes you might subconsciously believe like, I have to suffer in order to be successful, or I need this, I have to have this, or like I want to be with this guy. Like it's so, but it's like they're not necessarily true. Although since we believe them, our actions and everything else like causes it to be true. For example, something that I had to work with and meditate with and heal from was, why do you think that loving other people means giving pieces of yourself away? And then I had to do an exercise where I had to like close my eyes and visualize and call back all my pieces in the most gentlest way. And the reason why you have to do it in the most gentlest way is because you'll notice when you cut those ties and separate yourself from those things, you could say God or universe or Gaia or physics, whatever you want to say, is testing you. Because here's the first opportunity. You're going to take the bait? I always tease people. I'm like, let's say you really want this one guy or like this one type of relationship, this loyal person or whatever. Like, actually, I have the most perfect delivery for this now. So the way that I was taught is that you have to create a I will have and I won't have list. Like, really know your own boundaries, know what you want. And then you can do it for everything. You can do it for your house. And honestly, that's what I did for my home. You know, I was like, I will have a bathtub. I will have a garden. I won't have somewhere that doesn't allow George. And you can create like your fine lines. And like I did one for a partner. I won't have a husband who smokes. I won't have a husband who's self-destructive. I will have a husband that's a scuba diver, right? And like, let's say like I find this guy and like he's all these things, but he smokes. But then like, it's like, exactly, you're gonna take the bait? Are you gonna hold out for the big guy, the one? Or are you gonna like take the bait and like settle and like do instant gratification and like, you know? It's really up to you. And like you're learning through personal experience, and sometimes we recreate those traumatic experiences to test and see like, you know, do we really learn, or it's so complicated and subconscious. Joshua is trying to influence the situation. Just one moment. One moment. Let me catch Tim. Shane. I hear you, Shane. I hear you, dog. Hey, hi, how are you? I really, really, really love that you mentioned the palmistry included in that, Mr. Benjamin. It was really awesome to hear that interpretation. Oh my God, I'm so tempted to share something with you. So I'm just gonna be so blunt. I'm gonna be blunt. The use of medical marijuana and ayahuasca together. Oh my God, I was just laughing hysterically. Okay, you guys, I was just so curious because when you do ayahuasca, they ask you to do a couple ritualistic things, like avoid eating meat, no avocados. What else? Hold on. What else? No sex. Not even like to yourself. None of that. No sugar. It is so hard. And then like really like exactly imagine you stopped all of those things. Imagine how much your shadow comes up so strong as you're in like this discipline. It is so intense. And then so like exactly like before I did my ceremony, like it was really hard for me not to like, you know, indulge. You know, it was, oh, I forgot to mention that. Exactly. You're not supposed to do drugs. You're not supposed to smoke weed. You're not supposed to, like, do anything. Exactly. No prescription drugs, especially if you're on medications. Like, they ask you to stop all those. Some people even have a hard time with birth control. Some places don't. Some people don't want someone who's bleeding at all. Like, menstrual stuff for girls. I've done, like, a lot of extended research on this. Ayahuasca was definitely fascinating to me. If you don't know what that is, it's basically DMT, you could say, although it's like natural and it's not what you think. Like, I feel so apologetic for all of you that have been indoctrinated to the things that I've been taught about hallucinogenics, basically. And like, I don't even know if I would call that a hallucinogenic. Like, I don't even know, like, excuse me, like, I don't know, I'm not educated, you could say. So like, I don't really know the proper word for what that would be called. But I read this hilarious article where it was talking about why you shouldn't mix the two substances together. And this kid made this hilarious contrast, imagining that you met Buddha and Jesus at the same time, and that you're having a conversation, and like how you would be so incapable of holding on to, like, you basically, they were talking about like you would see the entire answers to the universe but then not be able to hold on to anything at all. Oh my god, it was just the most hilarious read. I would be tempted to just read it again. I just love the indulgence of psychoactive would be a good word. Yeah. Ah. Yeah. Yeah, my friend Katie sent me that. Oh. Next card. Oh, I can't deny the other cards that I'm seeing. I'm gonna give 3 more cards. Not psychedelics. You guys, I had the most amazing interview with this freaking bartender downtown. I call him Cowbell. Oh my god, I don't know his name. But oh my god, I had some of the best conversations. I have them recorded on here. And I'm like, I pray they're on Trina's Spiritual Journey playlist. Like, I'm going to have to go through and find them. He has a very, very unique voice. Like, he is such a signature voice. Like, exactly, like, I feel bad for, like, the system and stuff like that. But he channeled, like, so much cool stuff. And he's so intelligent. His understanding of, like, oh my god. Like, some people just, like, blow my brain. But, like, I still like being around them. Like, I want to learn. I want to go into this, okay? I think you did too, because I was totally tapping into your energy for a moment. Yeah, his voice is so good. That was such great conversations. That was, like, totally the first time about admitting about HSV, by the way. But, like, nobody knows that except maybe you. So the next lesson is the devil. Look, it's so funny that they want you to see all, when I say they, I mean I am, God, they, aliens, whatever, Gaia, Mother Earth, Pachamama. All right, the story of the devil. It's so funny. So the devil here, it actually is a very funny thing, because he has another picture, another, I guess you could call it another tarot card that is, like, in here, because I'm like, maybe I should find the lovers. Yeah, look, the lovers are chained together. Because it means that when you love someone, their demons are your demons. So when she drinks herself into oblivion, it kills him. When he cuts himself, it hurts her. But the devil, what am I saying? The devil. Devil. Excuse me, I know, I like... I'm like, oh no, I was definitely looking at the word devil backwards for a moment in my head. Livid. Interesting. What the fuck? Bear with me. Wow. Also, the chains symbolize, like, our mental attachments. Like, you think, I'll never be successful. I won't ever have love. I'm not good enough. I suck. Or blah, 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 blah. Those are those chains, those attachments to, like, I won't travel, or I'll never do this. Like you've put yourself in a box of imprisonment. Ah, the devil, the trickster, too, of course, the manipulation, the shadow. The upside down, though, you guys. The upside down. See, this is like a shadow card that suddenly turned more positive. Thank you for all the thumbs up. Thank you. I see a lot of people coming and going, because a lot of people are just like, WTF is going on? Only people that, like, know me can never, like, really keep up. So... upside down, it's setting yourself free of toxic relationships, lusting for power and money, and unbridled passions. And most of all, yeah, those boxes that you set yourself in, they're false. The next card that came up was totally the Hanged Man upside down. Hanged Man upside down symbolizes useless sacrifice, where you compromise yourself and you don't let your own light shine out. It's showing me the opposite too. There's other people that shine, that, like, it's complicated. It's, like, to the point where exactly where you hurt yourself. Like, basically what I do and I'm doing. I don't like this game. It's a funny game. Let's go back though. Hangman regular. He's kind of symbolizing, like, him being true to his individuality. Everyone's like, what is he doing? Like, how is he upside down? It comes from his own enlightenment by him being true to himself. And it's like about being and like feeling like you're in a moment of being frozen in animation, like, and you're just like frozen up in the air and you're like, I don't know which way to go. But like, it's really like a moment to pause and reflect and really come inward. So when it's outside, yeah, exactly, like you're doing useless self-sacrifice, like constantly seeking outside yourself, constantly, instead of, hello, Canadian. I'm so annoyed with you. Why do you bother me all the time? You're just an annoying Aries. Like, you gotta ram me all the time. Like, I'm like, I don't know what I'm gonna do with you. I'm calling you Canadian for the rest of your life. Obsessed with shaving my head, sending me obsessive text messages on my Google Voice number. Stop it. Jeez, do you think that after you don't get a reply back in a text message, okay. Should I call you Hawaiian? Oh, you're such a nerd. Deny till you die. Deny till you die. Liar. Fire. Oh. Yo, if I isolated the chat, look what I just did is I accidentally, but I did accidentally press it, but I'm going to keep it on there right now. So I don't have to look at your commentary. I'm not doing it. I'm like, maybe I should make Lee moderator and like, or like make Danielle moderator, like good people moderator, Shane. Just shut people up who are just like, shut up. I know, but I also don't like shutting people up. Like, I just find that to be, like, invalid, to be honest. Like, it seems inappropriate to like, you know, like, tell someone what to do. But, like, exactly, if someone's harassing you, like, by all means, please. But exactly, like, some people, though, like, it's complicated. Sometimes I like the harassment, like, exactly, like, I like when people call me out, like, oh, you didn't pronounce that right. Or, like, you didn't spell that right. Or exactly, like, I'm like, I would rather know than, like, not know. It's very complicated. But what I was stating at before, exactly, YouTube offers an option that I can isolate the comments to only people who have sent a donation. And I just find it so entertaining and badass, to be honest, that the only person who had, or like, exactly, had respect or love and appreciation or like, exactly, knows what's up, is, like, I don't even know, like, exactly, like, maybe those aren't even the best words for delivery because, like, exactly, I'm like, I need to go back to school so I can have better vocabulary. But, like, it's a girl full of love and, like, character and, like, it feels like, I'm just gonna be blunt, like, she would kick your ass type energy. Like, like, this is a game, the girls are winning. Excuse me for the, I'm gonna be like the sexist comment. Like, it's not about boys and girls, really. It's not. That's also part of the divide and conquer agenda. So I hope that you're educated in Agenda 21 and you actually know that that's going on. I'm like, I'm gonna switch it back so I can actually see what you're saying. Yeah, so as a matter of fact, I do trust her. So I'm like, bam. Yeah. I'm gonna give people like ballin' status just cause like, I'm like, don't ask for ballin' status. You do not earn it if you ask. I feel like, I'm just gonna say it like it is, man. Like, and it's just gonna be hard. Like, it's almost like you guys get off on the idea of that exactly boys are better or girls are better, which is why you like to play that game. And some of you like to be on the opposite end. Like, you find joy in being like, yeah, I'm less than a girl or I'm less than a boy. Yeah. they like that. Why? Why do people enjoy giving their power away? Why do you enjoy being like that? Why are you so self-destructive? Why are you so self-dishonoring? I mean, like, like, I'm an empath, so I'm like, I totally feel every list and reason why you might be justifying that right now. I feel you. I empathize with all the reasons why you can't stand yourself or your life or such and such or this. I understand your feelings, your cells. Another card that's coming up is the need. Hold on, they're giving me more information on how to channel that information. Interesting. I hear you. I just basically gave myself like a 3-card reading, and I'm just like, all shadows, all things I already know. I gotta take my life more seriously. Like my time is so vital here. So this is coming up upside down. This is like, it's the only card that means I love you. But when it's upside down, it means like people aren't looking at each other through each other's eyes. Like, let me slow down. Like, the picture is 2 people are looking into each other's eyes, and from that starts a passion, a fire, creation, like, or baby making, you could say. But the upside down is like they don't see eye to eye. There's no fire. Like, they're both coming from like pain and suffering, and like their separation. So a lot of times this can be the card of an end of a relationship for somebody. I feel like you need to practice brahmacharya, where you practice silence, because you clearly struggle with that. Like, I don't think that you could be silent for an entire day, verbally or textually. No discipline. Therefore, you're missing out on opportunities, not doing your magic. Interesting. I like that you brought awareness to that. On my personal journey with Mother Aya, you could say, that definitely kept coming up a lot, though. It felt like, though, they were both one. Kind of like, I want to be like Shakti. Oh, I'm like... So why are you even trying to force yourself where you don't belong, type thing, you know what I mean? Like, why are you trying so hard to understand and judge and label and change and control and manipulate? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. What I will say, though, is I have to say thanks to that Canadian, even though he is totally, like, that fire, man. He's, like, constantly ribbing me. Constantly ribbing me. Constantly ribbing me. Sometimes it's funny, and sometimes it's just, like, boom! On the top of his head, you know, knock him out type thing. Like, that type essence. But, you know, he did help me officially confirm that, yeah, YouTube takes 40%. I'm pretty sure it was 40 and not 60. Yeah, Shakti. Yeah, that's definitely what I was thinking of when the person mentioned gods and goddesses energy. It made me think of that cosmic dance and the consciousness and the subconsciousness and the super consciousness. What? Conscious, subconscious, and super conscious, like Gaia energy, like everyone's consciousness combined in one. I know. I thought, that's funny, I thought you might react to that. It might, I'm like, why don't you triple check? Like, I'm pretty sure, like, it says online, like, what Google takes. But still, it's still very, 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 very nice to even have that as an option here, okay? Because I'm sure they pay for credit cards. I mean, there's a million reasons why I'm sure they justify what they do. Know what I mean? And there's multiple other ways. Your energy is from yourself. And you try to give your power away all the time because you don't know how to handle yourself and you lack self-control, which is why you come to someone like me all the time to attempt to seek domination, have someone else to have control over you, though you also lack respect for yourself, therefore others, and therefore have an excessively hard time participating in the cosmic dance, which makes you constantly seek outside of yourself and ask people this and do that, instead of really, really spending time in silence and really reflecting on what's going on within, instead of judging and trying to change and holding on attachments to certain emotions and instead of looking at things on the opposite side of the spectrum, you could say, or reflecting on the other side of your actions. It's kind of painful. It's very painful. I can feel your pain. I'm an empath. It's very easy for me to connect to that frequency if you choose to open up to me, as you have chosen to reach out to me and open up to me several times through text messages and through live YouTube feeds. There's just so many things that you're not willing to do. I am doing quite well. Still breathing. I'm doing my best to keep conscious awareness of the time. I do have an appointment at 5:30. I'll be going downtown St. Augustine. I'm going to have to change. It's so freezing outside. Isn't the sound of cards like so ASMR? I love it. Huh. I really like that you pointed that out. I know a lot of magicians, and I know magic myself. Let me see if I can do it. Bear with me. Come on. Oh, that was fucked up. Dang it. Hold on, the drop's hard. It's called a French drop. Shut up. It's nothing. Something. French drop. I'm like, get it back in there. Okay. Can't see me, John Cena. I'm a dork. Excuse me. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just in my own personal sadhana. I really definitely have enjoyed spending... Whoa. Relinquish the need to label, analyze, to find anything is good, bad, black or white, hot or cold, wrong or right. It will lead to a quieting of the internal dialogue. I just got that text from my boy Patrick! Fuck. I love my friends. Like my true friends. Like I finally have true friends! Danielle! Tazzy! I'm just like so grateful to finally have some like good energy. Tim, yeah, excuse me, Tim, I know. Tim's new, so I'm like, I don't know about that. I'm just kidding. I know I always troll you, Tim. I know you don't know me. You don't know me yet, but I appreciate you sticking around anyway to like try to figure out. Yeah, no longer in Peru. I'm like, can I go back and bring a dog home, please? That would be great. Yes! You're so cool. Hey, thank you everyone for the thumbs up. If you're new here, please make sure to subscribe. Definitely would love to keep this high frequency energy that's definitely stepping through everyone. Hello, Colin. Welcome aboard, matey. You guys, I gotta be honest, my intuition has me feeling a little bit guilty for like, there was a person who came in here wanting me to do a reading for her and her boyfriend, and like, I was like, pay, and she instantly retracted her message, but really like that wasn't the message I was supposed to give to her, you know? She was supposed to release her attachment from like exactly changing and manipulating things. Ooh, I kind of feel guilty that I like didn't help that person. Stop it. I know, dude. I just want to rewatch all of my dog videos like over and over and over again. Stop being attached to like the external, meaning like physicality. Oh man, I can feel my Canadian friend like reflecting on himself right now. I'm like, I love you. If I didn't, oh my god, I love you. When I stop bitching is when I stop giving a shit. If I didn't care about you, I'd be like, yeah, go smoke, go drink, go shoot up, right? Yeah, I pop those pills, right? But if I love you, I'd be like, yo, stop all of that right now, please, right? Because I care, so I'm gonna be like, don't cheat on me, please, I love you, please, like, right? Because I care. God, if you like struggle to understand that like, that's why we're complaining. Like, what does it benefit me if you go get a health examination from this person, or if you get a reading from this person, or if you go get Reiki from this guy or that guy? Like, why do you think I'm going out of my way to kind of give you personal information type thing? I just had a vision of something else that, like, I'm just like, I wish. I can't undo my past actions. I can only learn from the past experience. So know that, like, exactly, I don't know everything. This is just where I'm at right now and the way that I'm operating. And yeah, it's just like I'm a lone wolf, you could say. And I'm on the hunt for truth and, like, true love and friendships and honor and, like, most of all, hunger for knowledge. So, like, and, like, honestly, a lot of things for me as I learn hands-on. So it's really, really important for me to travel. And I want to be honest, like, call me ungrateful or whatever, but, like, I feel like I'm kind of, like, done with the United States. Like, I'm seeking how other cultures live. And I understand a lot of people are trying to put me in a box and push fear upon me and tell me, like, oh no, it's dangerous to go to Egypt. It's dangerous to go here or there. I don't want to hear that. As a matter of fact, like, that's your personal attachments, you know? Like, why are you trying to instill your personal fears into me and you're labeling what you've heard on the news? Tazzy! Yeah. Man, I'm I'm definitely gonna make Tazzy, like, top dog. Hello. I feel you. I'm like, what are you, a Libra? So balanced. I'm just being funny. I'm an empath. I'm feeling like mad pressure. That's all I'm saying. It's like somebody like extremely stressed. Are you stressed? What's up? What's up? I'm here to help. I'll gladly offer some Seva right now. And I'm going to be like, you better thank Danielle because I'm going to count her donation as being part of the payment for the energy I will serve you. Because it feels appropriate, and if you choose to give more. Man, I'm getting all type of stuff as soon as you say that words. So, maybe, like, since this is the first time I've ever done, like, psychic readings live and stuff like that, I mean, like, that's not necessarily true. It's the first time it's been labeled that, let's put it that way. The way that I do readings is I definitely read through words. Like you can, like, exactly, speaking in tongues and understanding tongues. Like, I can understand where you're angling at. You know what I mean? Like, you might try to ask one question, but really you're trying to ask something else, but, like, you don't really know how to ask that question. I also read eyes. Oh, I can read eyes. Iridology. No denying iridology. I always push my girl Source Nectar. Man, if you've never had an iridology reading, I do encourage you to do your homework. Next is also through your voice. Through your voice, I can tell how much pain you're in, exactly if you're hungry, spiritually. I do not know Aramaic. Aramaic? Do not think so. No. Not that I know of. I'm like, I don't even know what that is. Alright, let me scroll above. So, this person, you know, oh, wait, whoa, hold on, let me slow down. I want to reinvent my career. I'm stuck in this cubicle. My soul rejects this more and more. I admire you. Thank you. So, since you put your information out there, Danielle, I'm going to focus on you before the twin flame stuff, because the twin flame stuff is a lot harder. I know there's a lot of people that want to hear that, okay? I want to be like, go to Karen Neverland on Twitter and on her official website and look at that stuff written about twin flames. There's certain, like, artists, authors, exactly, that you should totally be listening to. If you're into getting, like, energetic healing, I also recommend her as well. She's very, very gifted, very strong, very amazing. If you're like unsure about this stuff and you want to be a believer and you sincerely want to be a believer, please try Reiki. Distance Reiki with Karen. She's great. Now, Danielle, you're supposed to know that you're actually there for a reason and that your soul made a contract to be there at this time. I would encourage you to look into your Akashic records. I'm also being told exactly you need to know about your past lives, and that also might be extremely uncomfortable for you to hear from your own mouth or from anyone else about that stuff. I do have a couple people that I do recommend that do Akashic record readings that can tell you more in-depth information, especially if you're one of those people that feels like you aren't from Earth. You might hear a whole nother story that might really, really resonate with you. And like, it's not what you think. That's the best thing I could explain. And yes, you can have access to your own Akashic records through a guided meditation. Also, Hala wants to know about the twin flames. I'm still going to go into the twin flames, whether they had patience to remain through there or not. So there's multiple different types of twin flames, you can say. Like mirroring, and it's so complicated. It really, 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 really is complicated. And all I can say is that a lot of us have been kept away from our twin flames, or like exactly in this life we can't. And there's like a lot of different things going on. And honestly, my intuition has said this for a long time, but it feels like they're removing the frequency of love from the planet. Like they're permitting fear through the technocracy and through the challenges. Oh, I'm like, will you work? Yeah, there we go. Yeah, through every single way. Oh my God, how about your Facebook? Even your Facebook. Like, literally, there is an artificial intelligence that knows what to feed your subconscious mind, and that artificial intelligence is also reading your iridology, therefore knowing what you're thinking about, thanks to DARPA. For anyone that doesn't believe that stuff, I can show you documented evidence, science, legitimate things that you can look at to show yourself that exactly that this is possible. Also, if you're interested in mind reading, on YouTube, there is a 60-minute episode about mind reading, and like, that was done back in the day. You can say exactly, just imagine what they can do now. And like, I know what they can do now. Like I said, DARPA, DAARPA. I'd love to share that with you as well. Let me go backwards here though. Oh man, about exactly, they're keeping people away, and exactly, there's contracts basically signed in blood, and it's happening on a global level, you can say. Like, we're all healing as a whole, and like the only way that you can really, really, really heal us all faster is by focusing on you and like what's working through you type thing. And like exactly, like God, or like exactly, like sometimes I hate using that word, because exactly, some people just like they are like allergic to that word and they like emotionally shut down. Thank you. I got it from my aunt Tazzy. I got it from my aunt. My aunt always like hand picks old, awesome, like vintage garments, and like, yeah, this one like totally felt like me. I got my prayer beads on. I'm like, take me to Hawaii. I'm totally of stress, or at least on a beach. Oh, my soul is so hungry. Like, I'm like so excited. I'm not even here. And like, my head is in like, I want to be like Fort Lauderdale. But like, I'm excited. Sensory overload. Man, Joshua, you seem to know like a lot of stuff. I also like, I'm supposed to keep channeling you the blasphemies. Dude, Joshua, why you gotta do me like that? Ooh. I know that like exactly your death can be seen in the hands. Your fate in like your will. You're right. Oh man, you're right. I have excuse me, some good friends that read that stuff. Yeah, allergic. Someone told me a joke one time about God, basically, that was saying that like the people that have a hard time believing are basically the people that are like terrified that exactly they're going to be punished for their sins, for what they've done wrong. And that's the main reason why people don't want to accept that there's like that kind of energy. I was like, oh my God. This is the American Sign Language for Jesus, representing the thorns in his hand. And then if you go like this, it's Jesus' book. So it's the Bible. Funny. Oh man. Oh my God, will you shut up? Oh my God. Did you have to channel me that information? That's amazing. It's really funny that you say that because Wayne Dyer, when he did his past life regression, he was Paul. Oh my God, with Mira Kelly. Oh, Mira Kelly is to die for. If you're an empath, please watch her. Oh my God, there's no denying. There's no denying when you listen. Like, she is so good at what she does. Oh, it would just be such an honor to have like a reading with her. Yeah, Joshua's really, really cool. I like Joshua Benjamin. Nice energy. That's also my ego, though. My attracted twos, not attracted twos. I'm like, bear with me. I'm like, I need breakfast or like a snack. I'm like, who's down? Down for noms. Some of that. And some of that. Everyone always makes fun of me for the chimes on my fridge. They're like, "What are you trying to keep? Are you trying to keep the Are you trying to keep people at your fridge?" I'm like, I don't trust this one. I'm OCD. OCD cleanliness. Actually, cleanliness is one of the want to be like yamas or niyamas. I like to make concoctions. And I love, like, alchemy in the kitchen, like, working with food. And I'm also, like, excessively selective at my bodily intake since that experience with the cookies. Like, that ruined me for all of my life. But I'm not saying that I'm not eating cookies anymore at all either. Like, I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to be like that guy that's like, I'm never drinking again. I had, like, 6 cookies yesterday. All spaced out for the most part. Like 3 cookies on the afternoon, 3 cookies later. I really like the kitchen witch phrase. Oh my God, Joshua, you're channeling me some of the best information right now. I'm like, please don't stop. Like, oh my God, I did not expect to actually like come here and then learn from somebody else. Yes, please keep teaching. Oh my God. Yes, pay it back. Yes. Oh my God. Palm reading. You know, I used to have a book. Interesting. It's so interesting that like that was taken away from me. So much like interesting energy stuff going on. So I'm like, Joshua, what do you think about draconians and then Andromeda and Palladians? You're into that too? What you know about that? I'm like, I almost want a bowl. Kitty. 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 Kitty, leave me alone. No, kitty. No. Poof. Any of you have a cat like that like totally bothers you when you're eating? Like, even though, exactly, it's not even kitty food. Not even. I go for that good 22 grams of protein. I'm like so OCD. I'm like so paranoid that they added stuff in this. Like, exactly, like what if these were just added acid ophilis, bifidus, L. bulgaricus, and S. thermophilus. And then it says vitamin A, C, D, and E. So I'm assuming that they add those, though. That's my assumption. It makes me kind of scared. I'm like, I don't trust that. Yuck. Yuck. I don't know. Like, what the fuck? Bear with me as I like make this concoction. And yeah, this isn't even that good yogurt that basically has shit ton of sugar in it. It's just like It's real yogurt. real bacteria, it seems like. But also, exactly, I think I want to make my own yogurt because I'm having, like, super trust issues with this food right now. But I'm just going to have to bless it and say thanks for what I have. And, like, deal. Like, just want to see the concoction. And then I'm going to, like, break up this Machu Picchu cacao. Man, palm reading. It's really intense that you mentioned that. Maybe I'll hit up the palm reader for when I go downtown and I could pay her. I could probably pay her for some classes to help me see some stuff, and she's been doing it for like 40 years. Yes. The Libra and the balance. I mean, there's all kinds of debate on like exactly what zodiac would Jesus be. Like, there's a lot of comedy, like exactly there's no way a Capricorn would sacrifice for all of mankind, or I found that meme yesterday. No mean to target Capricorns, but trying to think. Don't they also say that he's Pisces? I mean, but also people say that exactly it could be the sun, and it's just an astrological interpretation. I mean, there's all kinds of different stuff that goes on. I'm like, I need honey. I think I have enough cacao. Cocoa, oh, whatever. I'm like, if I'm staying longer than anticipated, then I'm at least gonna eat before I get out of here. I totally plan on continuing doing readings once I go downtown as well. I'll be downtown St. Augustine. ASMR egg eating. Some people have a hard time with people even existing and even eating. Like, you know, like those people that get really mad when they hear someone else chewing. Or when they get mad when they hear someone breathing. The reflection of the hatred for your own existence. But that also shows where people's minds are at, and how, like, your mind is your garden, and you have to kind of, like, weed out your thoughts. Jinx. Alright, hold on. Let me scroll up. I'm glad you're reading Esoteric Empathy. Yeah, right, you so will. That's awesome. That's why you said your soul's hungry. Sure. I am totally self-conscious of my own eating. I'm like, squirrel mouth. What is my favorite food? I do love tandoori. I love tandoori food. Because I'm like, I don't know if I can even eat this. Like, this might just have no sugar. I'm scared. I'm like, I need honey, anything. What do you think? I'm a foodie for sure. Try some of that. Totally Virgo. Whoa. I also like that interpretation, the birth of Libra. Come on. Bear with me, I'm pressing buttons. Some liquid smoke. I like the inside jokes. I'm such a picky eater, I'm just like, I really like your interpretations. I enjoy someone that makes me just, you know, think even another possibility. And then allows me to come to my own truth. That's kind of intense. I'm like, y'all are so patient and comforting. I'm like, who are you? Like, I've gone 26 years without you. Can we, like, hang out? I have to, like, force myself to eat. Man, Malcolm! I was totally talking about you earlier. I was like, where he at? Bye, Lemmy. Nice of you to spend time with me today. Take care. Cheers. Much better with honey. Much more tolerable. It just shows how addicted to sugar I am. Can't even lie. I won't lie. Yeah. I hear you. I'm definitely going to be traveling a lot more. I definitely want to start doing conventions and, like, I guess, like, being a more active member of the community, which is also why I'm, like, kind of doing this sadhana. Or maybe I should say seva. I'm like, everybody eat with me. The cat's joining me. Oh my god, yes! Yes, Onyx! Onyx. Thank you everyone for the thumbs up. Chicago. I actually might be able to do that. My goal is to definitely travel and do readings. Oh, it's really interesting that you mentioned that. Oh my god. I want to be like Sarah. I was reading your rules to your place, and I would be a rule breaker so bad. Oh man. Yes. I gave you a plug earlier. I said shout out to Sarah Dela Cruz. I did. I can't even lie. I did. I was so excited. I was just like, oh, I can't believe this. I can't believe this is happening. I'm tempted to come see you this weekend. Just saying. Tempting. Maybe kidnap you on Friday. Definitely had the idea. I want to be like, what's going on? Is there any parties? Oh my God, Sarah. Are you on? You have to be on FET. You have to be on FET. I'm like, you gotta go to Javi's page. Go to Javi's page. Oh my God, Monday, Shabari, me. You gotta see the video. Oh my God. Oh my God. Yes. I'm not on there. How do you have me on there? You can't have me on there. I don't have an account on there. Girl. I said Javi. Havik. I don't know. Why don't you go on there and find out? Because you're weirding me out now. Are you talking about the Hopi Indians and the Rainbow Warriors? Or please go on, Joshua, about that. It's just so great. It's so nice to be, like, taught. Now, I get to be, like, the student and, like, eat and enjoy and, like, just learn instead of, like, putting in work all the time. No offense. Sarah. Oh, my God. Sarah, you're making me all excited. I would love to do a party. Oh, my God. Can you imagine? Sarah, we haven't done that since the rainbow dress night. You know that? Do you know that? Oh my God. WTF. That can't be me. I would not do underscores. I would not do underscores. I'm like, you better send me that link. I need to get in there. I deleted my account. I was all mad. Maybe it is. I don't know. I hate underscores. I can't see me doing that. That is troubling, isn't it? I'm like, what's on there? I don't know. I gotta get in there. I hear you. Was that what that is? That or an admirer. I mean, I don't know. Okay. Interesting. That would explain a lot. Oh my God, no. Yo, I don't know how that works. Is that website like Facebook? He's supposed to upload a video of me that is creating hype for our shoot on Monday. And oh my God, Sarah, I can't believe I did what I did. I'm excited though, it'll be fun. It's been like 4 years. Oh my God, it's so exciting. Javi! Yeah, man. Yep. I'm like, we're going schoolgirl. I'm like wondering if he has a rig or like exactly like if we can do suspension. Oh my God, we're also doing a full body stocking. Oh my God, really? Sarah, oh my God, it's so healing. Did you know? Oh my God. I believe you. I wish I could like thumbs up your comment right now. Oh my God, stop it. I mean, like, don't stop, but wow. I believe you. I don't know, I gotta look into it. But like, still, I'm like, I want to believe it. I would believe it. That would be so interesting. I wouldn't be surprised, really. I'm like, I don't know how I eat all that. Nom nom. I thought I was gonna hate it, but the honey like saved it. Saved by the honey. Yes, yes, yes. You're so fucking cool, Sarah. I bet Javi thinks it's you. He has you at it too. You're such my little investigator. You're so fun. You would definitely be on Team Trina Mason as the detective. You're just like me. We're so like... That's your Arcturian energy. One second. Playing around once again. Yes. No. Yo, Sarah. Hold on, wait. Yeah. I'm pretty sure Jordan's from Sirius. You have Arcturian energy, and he's like me, and he's from Sirius. But I'm being intuitively guided that there's like another something part of Sirius. I'm like, what, Beetlejuice? Or like, I'm just like, I need to study. No, not Beetlejuice. I don't know, dude. I'd have to like really put energy in it, but... Ah! Tentacles! Yes. Oh man, I'm like, can I copy that? Sarah, copy that Joshua Benjamin quote, the your palms thing. And don't, please like message me that somewhere. Holy crap. Ah, is that? I love you, Sarah. Here we go. Oh my god. I think me and Jordan are both Sirius B. Oh, what does that mean? What does that mean? Oh, yeah. Sarah's the best, man. Oh, so, like, Sarah, you taught me so much over time. You really have. Really have. Let me see something. I'm just like so blown away, and yeah, Joshua Benjamin's giving me a bunch of stuff to process. I'm just like, I'm like, let's whip out the cards, and but first, everybody has the M. Yeah. It's interesting that you mentioned that, though. You know what's funny is, actually, I remember, why, hello there, BB. Being Joshua. Trolled, you've been trolled, so you've probably been told, no denying. I wish I could, I'm like, I need to get that song back. Troll. Man, I miss that voice. I want to burn some poly. Okay. What's up? What's up? You come up here? What's up? You come up. Come on. Up. Scaredy cat. Literally. Meow. Okay. Love bites. Love bites all around. Oh, I know. I know. Hey, wait a minute. Now I have another question. Let me see. Let's see. Oh no. Oh. There goes my amethyst. Poof is like, yeah. Sarah, if you do your homework on the Akashic records and stuff like that, some people have what's called a serious implant. A serious implant gives you the ability to be able to communicate with that race. Some of them are placed there, like, let's just say with ill will, you know? Or like as a means of control. And then some of it, I mean, it's complicated. It's very complicated. It's complicated. Everyone's records are different, mind you, too. So I'm not encouraging everyone to suddenly go get their serious implant removed. This is what would be called a psychic surgeon. Maybe I should have titled that, too, instead of a... Oh, man. Like, I gotta ask, Sarah, where did you get the spiritual manipulatrix from? I mean, really? The cats are all throwing around my amethyst. How fascinating. I think, Sarah, I think I'm supposed to come back down there and have another interview with you. We could even go to the pool or like haul over. I don't know. I'm kind of tempted to come down on Friday and maybe like sleep over or like, I don't know. We see you Monday as well after Javi before going home. I don't know, I'm still trying to plan my schedule. I have a date with Mother Aya. Yeah. In Hollywood. Oh. Alright. Yo, before I freak out, I need y'all to hold. Hold, please! I'm like, wait a minute. Before I do that, let's go like this. I'm like, you stay there. One moment. Please feel free to join me for my tobacco ritual. If you are not a smoker, by all means, stay that way. I wish I wasn't so addicted to my ritualistic, habitual patterns at times. However, obviously, I find enjoyment in my experiences, which is why I continue the same ritualistic, habitual practices. That is my daily actions of my life. I'm just like, WTF, I'm missing, I need supplies, missing a piece. Oh, seriously? Un momente. WTF? Alright, I'm good now. I was mad because all the Bics were missing. Luckily, I have a few lighter leashes left and can participate. Sarah, I'm totally thinking about you. I'm actually thinking about being on your balcony, experiencing our tobacco ritual together. Good times, girl. Good times all the time. So many memories on that patio, girl. I'm like, don't even lie, you're gonna miss it when you leave the state. Like, you better come home for the holidays. Another reason why we probably need to hang out now too, because we're about to get out of here. And don't forget, I'm still willing to drive to Colorado. Just saying. Look at you doing all this numerology. Yes. I might do that for you, kid. Fuck you. STFU. You don't know what you're talking about. Ah! So, are you saying that it's him? Are you saying that he's the creator of that account of me? I don't know. I don't think so. Like, I do think that someone else made it, though. But I'd have to look at it. Polly Pocket. But I'm child. I know. It's so funny. That's a really interesting question to point out. I also kind of like feel like you might be saying it's my friend, but it's really you. I don't know. Or maybe you are really genuine in sharing that truth right now. Or maybe you're making up this situation altogether. And that goes multiple ways with your subconscious, conscious, and superconscious. Though I'll totally allow a card to speak to me for your current situation. I'm told to keep shuffling. I could be like, I'll give you permission. You're funny. You're really funny. Bruh. You want to know what card came up? It's the Tricky Dick card. This picture is the Knight of Cups. Knights kind of represent like constant shift and constant changes, you can say, constant development. This is in the House of Cups, so it's like Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. It's intuition, psychic stuff, creative expression, the ways that you express yourself non-verbally, drawing, painting, things like that. But the upside down, oh, let me go back though. It's supposed to be love, yeah, exactly. Someone who comes with a love proposal, or like some really good offer, like, here's this amazing job. Here's this. You wish. Now, the upside down symbolizes the shadow, right? The negative, the opposite. So it kind of symbolizes where someone comes to you with a love proposal, but it's too good to be true. Or like exactly like, oh, here, take this job and you'll make $200,000 a year. And let's say you take the job, but it also comes with a price tag that like exactly like you get 5 hours of sleep a day for the rest of your life. Like, I'm just using that as an example. But it's kind of the shadow, exactly. It could be, it's someone who's tricky, who's not telling the full truth. They're very deep. They're very secretive. Exactly. Like, not everyone openly admits their psychic or their intuition and the stuff that kind of steps through, you know? But a lot of times people don't like the messages that they're getting, right? So there's showing like a lot of shadow, and it could be resistance to the self. In those personal aspects, it's water, so it symbolizes emotional attachment, all of that good stuff. But you kind of might want to work on separating yourself from those attachments. I hear you. You just have to go with the flow. I'm kind of an empath, so I can kind of tap into what you're feeling right now. I can empathize with that, but also understand that it's the way that you're looking at it. That brings another card to mind. Here it is. It's actually right on Third card down. Fourth card down. This guy. The picture is there's like all these cups he's been given. The cups on the ground symbolizing, yeah, the ones that he's had. I could have swore like some were spilled over. Maybe that's another card, but or another deck or something. But interesting. I'm like I swear the Weight Rider deck has changed. Like I could have swore I remember another way when I was a child, but like I could be like completely wrong. But anyway, what this kind of symbolizes with the cups is like he's had all these options. He's tasted all these different cups. And then, like, suddenly there's this cup from the heavens, you could say from God or the universe, and he hasn't even tried it yet, and his hands are full. He's like, saying that it's like, oh, it's garbage. Even though he hasn't even tried it yet, it's like he has no wonders of the depths of things. It's kind of like symbolizing your attachment to, or like exactly, because like looking at the glass half empty instead of half full. When the card's upside down, yeah, it suddenly turned more positive, like where you're like coming out of that, and you're able to see like the greatness and like even the shittiest of things. And no. What are you defining as successful? You know, do you mean you just want to make a lot of money, or do you mean that you want to meet someone to do the work with, or are you actually trying to deliver something to the universe before you die, or like exactly? You're not asking the right questions type thing. Like you don't even know what you're asking. So make sure that you make your intentions, your spelling, your magic, right? Like proper. Understand what you're doing, what you're saying, what you're speaking. Abracadabra, what I speak, I create. You made me realize just now, I'm just now realizing that my title was probably kind of frightening, exactly the spiritual manipulatrix thing. This live is totally saved. However, just know that we've been live for 116 minutes, so she might have to go to the end, but maybe you can remember 116 minutes and tell her exactly, like, fast forward a little bit. Or wherever she chooses to go. Tia Brown. I had to silence that person who just like won't stop trying to manipulate me into shaving my head. I've had people offer me thousands of dollars to shave my head, and I'm just not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm like, maybe 100 grand, maybe then, maybe. We'll think about it. You're welcome, kid. Just being silly, don't mind me. I'm glad that you enjoyed your mini little reading. Annabelle, technically you did just ask a question. However, yes, if you choose to make your presence known and speak something into existence, because when you ask questions, you quest for ions, quest ion. When you have passion, you pass ions, pass ion. Like, I'm like laughing inside, yet also like subconsciously crying a little bit, because exactly like for me there's just no denying Great Spirit, because like my intuition is so strong, and exactly like all the readings that I've done, like there's no denying what's up. But like I'm not by any means doing this like so much as like, or I would like to, or I won't have like we were talking about earlier, like I don't want to use it for bad. Like I had to recently learn and like be aware that when I took the spiritual gifts test, that basically mine were miracles and craftsmanship. And wow, I just kind of saw the shadow of those two. Like, of course, Mason, Trina Mason, of course. But like, there's like exactly a lot of shadows that came with my gifts. And I had recently got called out, actually, at a place where I pursue spiritual practice and do yoga. They had basically had to tell me that you could say God only gave us the gift of miracles, or Jesus the gift of miracles, so that people would believe, and not to forget that. And then, like, exactly, it's not me. This isn't my gifts. Everybody has access to these gifts. Just like, exactly, I've been so deep into my practice. Like, you could say I hear, like, exactly, I'm clairaudient. Like, exactly, like, it's just so clear. And sometimes, like, I'll admit exactly my ego gets in the way, which is my fear voice, which tells me that I'm wrong. Or, like, exactly, like, my voice in response is from a place of fear. It's so complicated to explain, and it's just the simplified difference of the truth versus something fearful, and it's like a word with an I that I can't think of. But excuse my difficulties with communication. I could just blame my autism, or I could just, like, stand behind the character that I am, that exactly I lack the vocabulary and ability to communicate what I'd like to express with you right now at this present time. Though I can, like, feel the energy, but I might need, like, a few breaths to actually go within and really truly understand and process what data is coming in. And in a moment I'll read your commentary if you're patient enough. Patience pays. Wait. Creator who has made you. I need to really listen to that. I keep saying that and I just haven't done it. I'm good. But, like, I also thought I blocked the person, and now I'm, like, scared. Did I accidentally block somebody else, trying to block the MFer who's, like, exactly trying to, like, be like, huzzah! It's, they're messing with people. They want the girls to shave their head because and, like, they want the men to shave their head too. Exactly. It's like, why do you think they do that in the military systems? They cut off your personal connection to higher source so that you can be, like, controlled and told what to do, and so you don't have access to your higher self or any higher outer things. The hair is an extension of the nervous system. If only you knew how your bioelectromagnetic generator works, your own body. You don't even know. You don't know what minerals you need. You don't know how to balance that stuff. You don't even know what you're eating. You're just like, oh, I ate Doritos. But, like, you don't know what chemicals are in there. You don't know about the company Sonomax. You don't know about artificial flavoring. You don't know the truth. And you don't want to know. You're just like, whatever, it tastes good. And therefore, you're literally, like, living to eat. Instead of eating to live and survive, like, you have a divine will, a choice on how you're going to die and what things you're going to allow to consciously basically commit suicide. And that's exactly why we're not allowed to know those things on how to stay young. There are very, you could call, dark ways that extend the human life, exactly, that regress the aging. And some people are very educated in those ways, and there's a lot of gray area about even having this discussion right now, because exactly, if knowledge is power, and with great power comes great responsibility, therefore the knowledge and therefore the wrong hands or some type of bad intention who would like to use that energy against you. Be mindful of that. Interesting that he pops up. Everyone's like, all they care about is like, how does this person feel about me? Why do you care so much about other people's feel and think, instead of focusing on your own personal alignment and getting in touch with your own person and really, really loving the person that you are and enjoying every single moment and every single experience that you learn about yourself and around other people. And exactly, as you change and reflect into the person that really, really, really makes you proud to exist, like, what are you doing? Relax. Separate yourself from control and manipulation and judgment and fear. You must focus your attention somewhere that makes you really happy. And honestly, it's only going to be found within yourself. So close your eyes and feel the glow from the warmth of your heart that comes from, you could focus on past memories. You could. However, that's not necessarily the most wise for you to remain attached to likes or dislikes. It is your job to love the things, like to do things that you don't enjoy and find a way to love them. That is the hardest job you could ever do in your life. And it'd be the most rewarding and most enlightening thing if you could dare grant yourself permission to even think that way or feel for a moment. I know everybody wants to shut down and turn it off and disappear when really everywhere you go, there you are. And it's not just that. It's like exactly like you see yourself and other people and things triggering you. You don't want to be around those certain people because it reminds you of a way that you used to be. And then exactly, you don't have the balls to tell them the truth. Like, hey, why are you being like that? Stop that. I learned that the hard way. Like, or like exactly, it hurts to kind of like have to like that reminder too. It goes all different levels. I feel you on that one. So everyone has their own personal journey, which is why you just have to like hold the space and respect that from people, you know. If they want to self-destruct, if they want to drink, if they want to cut, God gave them divine will to do with their life, which is also kind of what's messing up everyone. Exactly, like people are so egotistical, exactly, they'll take their own lives and thinks that it has no consequence and are just so mindless, you know. And just like exactly, you don't know, like you just don't know. And like exactly, it's so deep, and it's awful because the people that do feel that way feel like they can't even talk about those things, and like, and which is why they end up going over the edge, because they feel like they can't be themselves, and therefore they don't want to be inside their body, they don't want to be here, they want to go back home where they feel the energy, but really the energy is within. And that's why they don't get that when they seek without. They need to stay within and know exactly what brings them higher, like what's themselves, like exactly, only you know what makes you happy. Like some people like strawberries, like some people like blueberries, some people don't like fruit at all. Exactly, I'm just being like cheesy or just using it as a cheesy example, but it's about like knowing where you're at and like really knowing who you are. And no wonder why you're gonna hate everyone and thing, because you like hate yourself because you don't understand you. It's not really so much about like what you think. That's why like people think that they hate themselves, or they think that they hate this and that, but they think that they feel that. It's not necessarily the truth. It's complicated. His story, history. Thank you everyone who has given a thumbs up, a donation, and a subscription to my YouTube channel. Every little bit helps towards the future. That conscious awareness, that addition. Oh, what a tangled web we weave. Sometimes commentary is like the best thing to like read out loud. Some people have some of the best commentaries, like, yes, your mind just went there. I'm like so much of a sapiosexual, I just can't help but like fall in love with linguistics. Joshua is obsessed. You have to understand that like your genetics don't change with a haircut, or exactly with makeup. There's all kinds of different things that are going on that we have to remain true to ourselves, no matter what kind of illusions we even try to paint to ourselves or others. You know, there's no denying the truth. You can try to escape it with all your might, but there's none. Exactly, and that's kind of what you could say God is or love is. It's truth. It's like exactly. There's so many different levels of interpretation. Thank you, Tazzy baby. If I could edit your username, I would totally have butterflies all around you. You're so awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Prophet. I'm reading Prophet's comment. We project ourselves from the flesh. With the rope of light, we free our spirit into infinite abundance and fly across the infinite expansion. Love is the guide. I'm like, did you write that, or is that like a new tweet? I'm like, what are you doing, boy? Are you making music, or how are you getting out your words? You know what message that was given to me that like I would love to give to you, that you should think about your practice? In what ways are you going to have people receive your gifts and what you have to offer? It's up to you. Exactly. All you can do is have the door open. Like exactly. Like you're upset that people aren't buying your stuff, but how are they going to buy your stuff if you don't have like a way that they can pay you? Exactly. Like, people get mad at me sometimes that I have so many different ways that you can pay me. Like, exactly. I have, like, exactly. Imagine how many different apps. I've tried Venmo. I've done PayPal, Cash App, Square. Like, there's, like, Circle Pay. Exactly, like you have to create multiple areas where like people can walk through the door of opportunity. Otherwise, yeah, like people are always gonna have excuses like, oh, I can only pay this way, or like, yeah, like people like there's so many different excuses. Like the principle is people don't want to pay because they don't see value in things, or like exactly they don't see value in themselves and they have a hard time investing in themselves. But like it's an equal energetic exchange, so they have to come to the plate investing in. You know what I mean? Otherwise, like the best way that I explain that is like, let's say I'm madly in love with somebody, and like let's say they're like a drug addict or they're like an alcoholic, and I'm just like, listen, I will pay you $2,000 a week if you'll stop. Like if you'll go to, excuse me, that was bad. Like obviously, or I meant like not, I usually use the example that like let's say they're an alcoholic and that they go. I try to like change my words and try like different realms, but I'm not able to like really like go there right now. So I'm just gonna stick to like what I normally do in readings. I say like let's say I'm in love with an alcoholic, and then I pay them money to go to AA class. And then, like, what ends up happening is they use the money I give them to drink more alcohol, which is the very thing that I'm paying them to encourage them not to do. But really, if they're not invested in it in themselves, like, exactly, if they're not at a point like, man, I really suffered and I really need to put in this work it's going to take to get off this, then exactly, they're not invested. But it's the same thing with you. If you're not invested to stop going into toxic relationships, or if you're not invested in, like, loving yourself, or if you're not invested in loving or knowing what love is, then exactly like that is your divine will. And you can't be mad at God, cannot be mad at Creator, because you are the Creator. You're the higher self. You have access to that divinity at any time. And I tell people all the time, your higher self wants to meet you, because I feel like a lot of times your higher self is what's listening to me and you're just intrigued, but really, yeah, maybe in your body you don't really understand, but you feel like exactly you're not in your body. So therefore you might have like a lot of back issues, you might have like a lot of neck issues. Like a lot of people that have hard times being in their body are kind of symbolizing those things. Wow. I really like that. Sarah, if you could scroll up and go to 40, like the time is 4:03 above Tazzy. We have Joshua. I really like that one too. If you could send me that, I really like that one too. I could screenshot it, but I'm lazy. Annabelle retracted her message. I'm like, why do people do that? Why are you so afraid to leave your words on a screen? Why are you so afraid to be yourself? Why are you so afraid? Like, what are you doing? What do you think that you're doing? You know, where's your conscious awareness right now? You Samaritans worship what you do not know. I like that one too. Yeah, I love literature. Wait a minute. I'm like, do I have to read that out? I feel like I have to read it out loud, otherwise I'm not gonna like hear it. Alright, yet a time is coming and has now come when the true worshippers will worship the Father in the Spirit and in the truth. For they are the kind of worshiper the Father seeks. I would love to look up the word like Father in Sanskrit type thing. Exactly, and try to figure out their like because I'm trying to think about the original text, not like what man has interpreted this to mean. This is going so deep. Mom. Alright, let me scroll down and catch up. I totally thought of offering swimming as a like a lesson that I teach. Ah, nice web, Sarah. Define palmistry techniques. Where could one find more education on what you're talking about? What would one Google? What is that even? What do you mean palmistry techniques exactly? As if that saves you. All imaginary stories that you tell yourself and you believe. At the same time, what you don't understand is that you are there now. Like, you're trying to change yourself. You still think that yourself is not right. You still think that things aren't right where they need to be right now. You're trying to control and manipulate. It's the same thing. You have to accept what is as is and not having attachments to. It feels like you're feeding a lot of BS to the masses, Joshua. So therefore, on that note, on that energy that lacks to be exchanged at the present time, it may be most appropriate for me to GTFO at this current time. Boo! Oh yeah, now you want to step through. Now you want to step through. This card steps through too. I just got here. You're so cute. I love you. You're funny. Yes, yes. One of my greatest friends. I also like to put you in control. Here we go. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I could stay for you for a few minutes, just for you. I could do this just for you. Are you on, I'm like, what? Are you on your lunch break? You on your lunch break? Lunch break. I'm like, you missed my lunch break. I mean, if you would have told me your lunch break was then, like, I could have waited to eat the yogurt and, like, do that whole experience. Like, I'm like, I still gotta wash the dishes. We could have ate together. I'm like, when you come in, so you come in for my birthday? Or we can go on a crazy South Florida adventure? I'm fantasizing about, like, bringing a bunch of people from St. Augustine and just going on a crazy trip down to South Florida and going to the Ren Fest and exactly, like, maybe we'll camp. Maybe. Oh my god, I gotta share the maybe story on Instagram. I'm gonna have to do that. I totally am. It's such a beautiful thing. I need better avenues for self-expression, and I just feel so limited and boxed in, and there's all like these algorithms and all of this control and manipulation that I want absolutely nothing to do with. Please. You would be a brat like that. Brat. I love how Tazzy knows the music industry so much. That's pretty fascinating. Especially like girl music, like girl artist. Amazing. Yeah. I'm like, I got prime squads in here. They're gonna beat you up with their wrenches. Spiritual mobsters. Oh, look at that. Ooh. I'm like, that's why you need your fam. So they can show you some love when you can't pick yourself back up again, or when you think that you can, and when you refuse to move on. They got your back. So know what you have right now, because there's a lot of people that are praying to have what you have right now. You're taking it for granted, and some of it is just your breath. I'm like, email it to me. If there's anything you would like to personally deliver to me, please email me. There are other things you can do that can make yourself stand out and that you can pay it forward. A lot of you aren't staying true to yourselves, and you're doing things that don't make you happy to please other people. And it's time to end that, or keep doing that. Doubtful, unless it's on that CD. If it's on, like, one of the CDs you gave to Michael, I think I have some of those CDs left somewhere. I'm like, where, like, I don't know. Maybe they're on my dad's boat, or, like, somewhere in a CD case somewhere. I thought I saw some, Sweetie. And Sweetie. Sarah, I've known you for like 10 years, it feels like. This is ridiculous. Oh, when I see Onyx, I need to give her a wrench too. Get Onyx a wrench. I just imagine Sarah dressed as like in Total Little Space in like this cute little pink and white outfit type thing, and then also with a big giant wrench like whacking people. With like little Lolita socks even. Yeah. My Sarah. Yo, Sarah and Kitty would totally be brus. Big time. I'm also thinking that we should get together and produce Sarah. I could bring my camera. I'm just now thinking of that exactly. Like, I'm like, you can be my photographer, I'll be your photographer. And like, where I'd really love to go is the secret spot by Hollover. Like, you know what I mean? Not like on the actual beach part, like in the mangroves where we always go. That is like my favorite spot. Yes. You should get over there. I'm down. I'm down to produce if you are. I'll give you copies of all the GoPros. Bro, and like, I know you're so good at that Arcturian stuff. That's what makes me like want to be like I won't even lie. Like, exactly. I want to be your goddess sometimes. Because I can be like, Sarah, do this. Like, like, I want you to work on building websites. Like, and I want you to work on editing videos. I just know you're so good at when you like are so into your thing. Like I feel like you're behind in your studies. Like, you've been like so focused on like relationships and like people and then situations and drama and this and that, and I just want you to just like go within and like make your art. Like, what happened to your poetry? Your poetry, your spoken word. Oh, I love your spoken word. Oh, if I had my way, you'd go on Mike's places, man. I'd make you go to public places and do mic, like open mic, spoken words. And I know you'd make jokes. Ah, that's her sun sign. Ah, so I'm like, can Sarah work with y'all? My phone's gonna die. I love you. I gotta get out of here. I love you. Peace. Subscribe, thumbs up, pay it forward.